Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. He'll start with a give to Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Got a man. It's Brown.
Tannehill.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
He was brought down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd down now. It's Henry, and he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 44. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They needed a yard. They got it. 1st down.
1st down.
Play action. It's Tannehill. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Now it's Henry. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Brought down at the 28.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 23. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Off play action, Tannehill. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll give Henry another shot. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to... has a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Here's Henry. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Titans have taken the lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 40. He gives it off to Carson. On the tackle, it was Dane Cruikshank. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he will finally be taken down at the Titans' 5. It's a big play there for Seattle. Give him 55 yards on the ground. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines, as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. They'll try to run with Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
The kick in.
And he's able to put it through.
That ties the game at 14. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5 yards line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 20.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. They'll roll him out right. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number 1 job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
1st and 10.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 4-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. It's caught. Lockett. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Now Wilson. He's got Lockett. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett. 93 yards. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Raymond on the return. The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, fatal last words every time we...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And I do believe this is going to line up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? What a gut punch. That should be the nail in the coffin with those 2 points, making this a 2-score game now with time, Charles, clearly not on their side.
Yeah, they have to give the football away as well. Had a chance. Yeah, it was a small chance to get down the field. But guess what? This one's now just about over.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Kevin Byard. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Titans take over first and 10.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 9 good yards there on the run, and now third down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
4-yard pickup on the play.
So the victory here for Seattle. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said.